Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the spicy Pisces. Pisces, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Pisces as a sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, or south node sign. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get the wheel. It's like all up in the way, all up in the view. Hey, come on, wheel. Turn. All right, there we go. That's a little bit better. Shout out to my Patreon. This reading was released early access on Patreon, as pretty much every reading was released early access this time on Patreon. So if you're looking to see your sign, you don't want to wait on YouTube for everybody to see it, or when everybody else sees it, check the Patreon. It's probably on there on the all access tier. That is where exclusive early access and occasionally extended content will go. I haven't been focusing as much on extended content lately because I am preparing to do some other things like some collaborations, guest speakers, and an upcoming human design workshop that I put on the back burner. But I'm going to get back into it. All right. So you can find all that on Patreon, all access tier, and on some of it on the Scorpio tier. All right. So Pisces, let's pull from the Blunt Truth deck. I didn't do a pre-shuffle because I forgot. But yeah, I hope we have a different message, Pisces. I feel like the message has been a little bit repetitive for you guys for the last 3 months. So hopefully it's something different or more optimistic. Let's see. What is the blunt truth that Pisces needs to hear for July? What is the blunt truth that... Ooh, hold on. What is the blunt truth that Pisces needs to hear for July? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and South Node. Transformative ending. The same kind of message you had the last time. Spirit is saying, nope, they're still in this cycle. You guys are still in a cycle of ending. So let's see, what is the transformative ending? I think this might have to do with the Saturn in Pisces, Saturn being in Pisces and been in Pisces for the last few months now, and you're going to be going through some type of karmic cycle until Saturn moves out of Pisces that many of you are going to be facing, and it's going to take some time for you to get out of this. So bear with me if the messages are very repetitive. It's because the collective of Pisces is having some type of karmic cycle they're in. All right, what is transformative ending? Can you clarify that for Pisces, please? Trouble up ahead, settling for mediocrity. All right. At the bottom of the deck, you have stop looking for love in the trash. Okay. All right. Well, sorry, Pisces. I tried to give you guys something different, but it's not looking like it's going to be very different. So go ahead and watch this reading, but also go back and watch the last 2 readings I've done for you because they all have common themes. If you've been going through something that has been repetitive or repeating cycle in your life, it's a karmic cycle. All right, so there's some type of transformative ending where you're trying to end a cycle of settling for mediocrity, or you're continuing to get faced with different circumstances that challenge you as far as like making sure you're not settling. Okay, so what is the shadow work for Pisces right now, or what is hidden from Pisces in July? What is the shadow work, or what is hidden from Pisces in July? The 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay, let's see. Let's see what the 8 of Wands has for you. 8 of Wands in the shadow work deck. All right, 8 of Wands. Be focused and intense. Let nothing distract you from your goal. Reverse, frustration and misdirection. So there is some frustration when it comes down to furthering your goals or moving ahead. Like some of you just feeling like you're somewhat going against the grain, or being restricted, or just not able to move past a certain point. So why is that? Why is that happening for Pisces? It could be that there's still some cycles that need to end in your life before you're able to move forward. That is usually the common denominator when you find like you can't go to the next level, or you're stuck. It might be because you're not letting go, or you're refusing to allow something to transform and change or to end. So let's see. What is actually causing Pisces resistance? What's making Pisces life slow down? Test or lesson? Not passing the tests. Whoa. What is Pisces, or what is causing Pisces life to slow down? You have air sign Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I know it's a Gemini for a lot of you. I know because I've seen it come up in your readings quite a lot. Okay. And Aquarius. Pisces and Aquarius. Y'all know. What is causing Pisces blockages or their lives to slow down? What is causing this? What is causing this? Move on. What is causing Pisces life to slow down? Not move forward, get stuck, travel, ex or past love, hidden enemy, envy. Ooh, okay. So let's look at a couple cards here. Some things that you have: vacation and you have travel. Now this, the first thing I'm getting, like, it could be read this way: what is causing your life to kind of slow down is if you are spending too much time, like, you know, like on a mental vacation, right? So you're not being as proactive in addressing certain situations as you could be. Like, maybe you're just like, not to say like you're wasting time, but you know, you could be procrastinating a bit. You could just be taking your time to like get back into work or get back into things. Like you're just not being as progressive as you could be. Right. So maybe you're just on the go, or maybe you're like spending a lot of time traveling right now. Could be slowing you down. Now, on the contrary, if that's not you, it could be saying that you need to do more of this to, you know, take a break, take your mind off of things, or maybe give you some more inspiration by traveling and seeing what else is out there. Could be that. Now, the test or lesson card, I want to clarify what that's about. Can we clarify test or lesson for Pisces? What is Pisces being tested on? Communication. What is Pisces being tested on here? You have stable, tried to come out, it didn't come out. What is Pisces being tested on? Healer. No. Boundaries, possibly. What is Pisces being tested on? Fight for it. All right. So yeah, you know, was like I said, with Saturn and Pisces, you guys are being definitely stretched. You're being challenged. You're being matured through a series of tests, because Saturn is about discipline and commitment. So with that, you have to be tested on whatever it is you say you're serious about, whatever it is you say that you want in your life, and seeing if you're really willing to fight for it, to see if you're really willing to ask for help when you get stuck, to see if you're willing to communicate, right? Or set boundaries. No. What are you being tested on? Your ability to say no. Your ability to say, I can't do this. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not fighting for this, you know? Knowing, it's like learning a lot about deciphering what is worth fighting for and what is not. And that's been one of the reoccurring messages that you've had in your readings for the last few months. It's like a lot of you are understanding and becoming more aware of how much you are a healer. Pisces is one of the most healing zodiac signs of them all. Okay, directly connected to spirituality and spiritual healing. So a lot of you have just been giving that away, giving it away. And that has caused you a lot of heartbreak, a lot of hurt, a lot of anger, a lot of resentment. And so it's all about being tested. Like you'll never be able to stop people from being attracted to you because you're healing, you know, you're light. So people are always going to gravitate towards you. All you can control, especially if you're a generator or manifesting generator in human design, is how you respond to that, right? If you're a projector, how you are, what invitations you are accepting to engage with people. You know, if you're a manifester, informing people about like what your limitations are and seeing if they align with that, and what people bring you peace, instead of keep trying to people please in that way. If you're a reflector, seeing also what invitations you want or which opportunities there are to share your wisdom, feel seen, feel accepted. So you have move on, right? Some of you are still in the process of trying to move on from an ex or a past love, whether you are physically connected, emotionally connected, mentally connected, sexually connected. There's still a connection that is open, that is, you're still thinking about it or you're still angry about it. Some type of energy you're giving to the past situation, right? Even if you're not romantically connected anymore. It's telling you to move on. This is what's slowing you down, is like just focusing on what's behind you instead of like what is in front of you. All right. You have envy here. Envy showing up. This is also pertaining to looking at what other people are doing and not like focusing on what you have or what you can do or what you're meant to be doing in your life. And it's just like thinking about, well, everybody else is getting this and everybody else is getting that. And all that time you're spending looking at what other people are doing, you could be even further ahead in your own life. So there's so many different challenges and tests you have right now, Pisces. Okay, there's a lot of different things happening at once. I feel it's different for everybody. But it all boils down to one thing. It's about like, how committed are you? How disciplined are you to what you want out of your life, what you want for yourself? You're going to be tested on those things. You're going to be challenged. You're going to be challenged in a sense like you have the ability to go backwards or move backwards or, you know, choose what's safe, choose what's familiar, or give up. You know, there's a lot of different things. But if you are being tested right now, know that you are really, really close to what it is that you're asking for. Because if you weren't being tested, then you wouldn't be getting to what you want. You know, so I know it's very uncomfortable, but that's kind of how it goes, unfortunately. So what is the advice for Pisces dealing with these tests? What is the advice? What is the advice for Pisces dealing with these tests? You have relocation. Stop searching for external answers. Past or past life. Change. New job or increase. What else is the advice for Pisces dealing with these tests? Unfinished business. So yeah, there's things that you got to go back and finish here. A lot of it has to do with your past, whether it be childhood or your past life. And, you know, finding out what your past life lessons boils down to, you can look at your south node in your birth chart. So look at your south node. Everybody has a south node and a north node. Your north node and south node are always opposite signs. Look at your south node and look at what house it's in your birth chart. There, you will be able to see exactly what past life patterns you have or like lessons that you have to conquer. So, for example, myself, I have my south node is in Pisces and it's in the fourth house. So that means a lot of my past life lessons, my karmic lessons, will have to do with my family, because fourth house is family, my correlation to family, you know, getting tied up in family stuff, family trauma, family matters. So, you know, look up what your north node is, look at what the houses represent, and, you know, try to put it together. Or you can look up YouTube videos with what your south node is or what house it's in. They have a lot of content online. I've covered some of them on my Patreon in a playlist. So if you do subscribe or you are trying to figure out what it's about, shoot me a DM on Patreon and I'll send you that playlist so you can know. But yeah, there's unfinished business here. All that to say, Pisces. And you got to take care of it. You got to you know, figure out and understand what the reoccurring themes are so that you can do something different. And the only way to get out of a karmic cycle is to change your behavior. Many of you are trying to change other people's behaviors to get out of a karmic cycle. Like, if only they would treat me right. If only they would be better. If only they would do this. If only they would change. If only they would step up. You're approaching it the wrong way. You have to change. You have to change your boundaries. You have to change your accessibility. You have to change what energy you are giving. That is the only way to break this karmic cycle. And a lot of you stop searching for external answers. A lot of you are looking for answers outside of yourself, to fixing a situation, to getting ahead, to getting out of things. You're doing too much looking around. All of the answers you're looking for are within you, as well as they are coming through spiritual portals. So angel numbers, through dreams, through messages in songs, through conversations you hear. You're not going to just find it by like talking to people, asking questions all the time, or like really searching for external validation. You have to trust your intuition and listen to the cues of what your body is telling you, as well as relocation. Some of you need to get out of a traumatizing environment, or an environment where it has really hurt you, or looking at getting away from your existing environment, home environment, somewhere you've been too comfortable. Something has to change within you to get out of whatever is repeating in your life. And only you will know what that repeating cycle is, whether it's in friendships, whether it's in jobs, you can't get a job, or you struggle with working relationships, whether it's romantic relationships and there's issues with people, whether it's family. You will know, because it's something that just continues to repeat itself over and over and over. And you're like, how do I stop this from happening? You have to change. You have to change your mindset, the way you're approaching it, the way you're dealing with it, how much you're giving to it. Should you be giving to it at all? There's so many things. You got to explore these options. You got to dig. You got to dig deeper. Okay? So what does Pisces need to surrender with this energy? What does Pisces need to surrender with this energy? Surrender to the magic of who you are. Surrender to the magic of who you are. Surrender to setting limits. Yes. That's the one I was looking for. Nah, I don't know. I wasn't really looking for nothing, but I was like, I feel like there's another card for you. And at the top is surrender to your intuition. So surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have mundane aspects in us, we all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. Be who you are. Always be yourself, okay? That's what that's saying. And surrender to setting limits. Boundaries. Pisces probably struggles with boundaries the worst out of everybody, because it's a whole thing. Pisces and Virgo, boundaries are very important, especially if you have Virgo or Pisces North and South node. Boundaries is going to be one of your biggest karmic lessons. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. So like I've been saying, there's a lot of lessons and tests here surrounding seeing how serious you are about what it is you're trying to accomplish in your life, and what it is you're really wanting. And that is going to, unfortunately, mean you have to set a lot more limits with yourself and with other people. All right. And you can't just give everything away all the time. You can't just give your healing away, your power, your energy, your resources, your mind. You have to start saying no. If your karmic lesson has to deal with you having like poor boundaries, which for a lot of you, it does. And therefore, you're like, well, if they would just stop calling me, if they would just stop bothering me, then we'd be good. Your boundaries are not meant to change somebody else's behavior. It's just meant to change their ability to interact with you or disrespect you or make you uncomfortable. Limitations. You can't change what anybody else does. So it's not if only they would. It's like, well, this is what they're not doing, so this is what I have to start doing. And if you start approaching it like that, Pisces, I promise you're going to see a change. You're going to see things start to shift in your reality, and you're going to be like, whoa, that's all I had to do. People going to be mad, but you'll see a lot of things in your life improve, especially your mental health. So what else is the final bit of advice for Pisces? What is the final bit of advice for Pisces? Ace of Cups reversed, Hermit card, Virgo. Some of you have Virgo placements, or you're dealing with a Virgo. Le Tower. Why is the Tower here? Why is the Tower here for Pisces? Why is the Tower here for Pisces? I see like some of you, there's like literally no other option but to like completely like cut something off or shut it down, you know? But there's a Tower moment here. But I see like there's definitely still some stuff you have to go back and revisit, right? So it's like revisiting. You got 8 of Cups reversed. You have the 6 of Cups. Before you can move forward, there's like you have to go back to the past. And this doesn't mean like you're going back to the past in the sense where you're like, I'm getting back with the next. Like, this is not that kind of energy. This is like, let me go back to my childhood. Let me go back through my lineage. Let me go back and see the patterns of my parents, of my grandparents. Where did this start? It did not start with you, whatever it is. Addictions, boundary issues, family trauma. You're having to go back. And there's like a Tower moment where you're realizing like everything that has got you to the point of where you are right now has started with something before you. Something that happened in your past, in your parents' past, in your grandparents' past, all this stuff. And that's why it's saying you cannot move forward until you understand what happened in the past, why this happened in the past, and what led you to be this person. How did this come to be is what you're having to go back to. Not just going back to people just because. No, you're having to understand where your roots are and why you do the things you do and why your parents act the way they act and where did that come from, you know, in order to get to this. This is 10 of Pentacles. This is long-term stability, material wealth, generational wealth, success, long-term, forward vision. You're going to get to this place, but there has to be a couple steps back, which happens during this Venus retrograde, of course. Ace of Cups reversed, learning how to re-love yourself, learning how to like look back and take accountability for certain things, learning where certain behaviors stemmed from. All that, taking some time to disconnect for a little bit and be introspective about like where things came from, why you do the things you do, and how you're going to move forward. How you're going to move forward after you understand why you are the way you are, what patterns you have. There's a big ego moment, ego death. I feel like Transformative Ending has to do with ego death. Like everything that you thought you were, that you thought you knew about yourself, that you believed yourself to be, is crumbling down. So you can really say, okay, I see how I really am, or I see why this stuff keeps happening in my life. Wow. Very, very deep, kind of real deep message this time, Pisces. Interesting. But anyway, Pisces, thank you for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know in a nice comment down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so this channel can thrive. And don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon. If you have any questions about the reading, DM me directly for free advice and guidance. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.